Monday morning now, almost 10:30, and I'm sitting in front of a client's house. Gotta go in a minute, so I gotta keep this short. But we went on a great little road trip yesterday. Probably give you more details on that. Oh, maybe, I don't know. There'll be video. Long story short, we went to the Marin Headlands for a hike in Tennessee Valley. The Marin Headlands are the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge. Beautiful, one of my favorite places. And then we went further up the coast to Point Reyes, to the very, very tip of Point Reyes, to the lighthouse. Saw that. Fantastic. 313 steps to go down to the lighthouse and then back up, of course. And as we were walking back to the car, I started feeling this weird, like, my abdomen felt like cold. It was really weird. Like, I'd had a coat and a flannel, and I had, like, unzipped and unbuttoned. So it was just, like, my t-shirt. It was, like, a thin, like, athletic t-shirt. Because I was hot coming up the stairs, and then Benji went into the store to talk to the ranger afterwards. So I was, like, burning up. So I took all that off. So we were walking back, and I'd had that, like, my abdomen kind of, like, more exposed, not covered much, just the t-shirt. I started feeling kind of like oddly cold and weird. And at some point I actually put my hand, like, I wonder, like, is my skin really cold? So I put my hand under my shirt and I felt something. It was a tick. I had a tick kind of like right around like my bottom couple ribs. It's actually like tender, like I just touched it. It just feels kind of like bruised right now. So I probably actually want to go in and see if they want me to do a round of antibiotics, because I looked it up. And I was like, are there deer ticks in the Marin Headlands? And it was like, yes, not only are there deer ticks in the Marin Headlands, but they're particularly Lyme disease carrying deer ticks in on the Tennessee Valley Trail, like specifically where I was. So yeah, so I'm gonna go, let the doctor decide if they want to start me on antibiotics as a preventative measure against Lyme disease. But we were in this little town of Point Reyes Station. For dinner an early dinner. And before we left, and went into Point Reyes Books. Got a bookmark, therefore I must have gotten a book, right? Really, really great little nicely curated, mostly nonfiction, and then a lot of the fiction they had was a lot of prize winners, a lot of Booker, Pulitzer type stuff. So this is Study for Obedience by Sarah Bernstein. And a woman comes back to where she's from in the it says remote northern country. What country of that? I'm not sure. And let's see. Oh, it says it's Scotland. So probably Scotland. And I think it's like her brother's property, and that she's kind of on the outskirts, and weird things start happening without just fully just reading the back of it. Oh, it was shortlisted for the Booker and won the 2023 Scotiabank Giller Prize. So she was named one of Granta's best young British novelists following the publication of her first novel, The Coming Bad Days. So this is her second novel, and she does look like she's quite young. So, yeah, enjoying that. And it's kind of a shorter guy. So, I'll catch you more up on tomorrow. And not David Copperfield. I can't think of it. You know the book I'm talking about, but I have to go inside. Hi, friends. I think my last update was yesterday, also in the car before I went to work. It's 3:15 on Wednesday, November 25th. Oh, I don't have my watch on. I think that's the date. I'm waiting to pick my mom up from an appointment. It's like basically she gets drugged. It's an esketamine treatment, so she can't drive herself afterwards. And what am I reading? Okay, I don't have anything on me, which is why I'm updating you instead of actually just reading. So tomorrow has kind of been the primary book, largely because it's paperback and it's just been easier just from like I've been reading more on the go, I suppose. I don't know. Anyhow, I think around 100 pages in, and really it's gone great. Loving it. I feel pulled into the story. I care about the characters. I'm so invested. So the way the story is told is we have our two main characters are Sam, a boy who had a bad foot injury from an accident when he was a kid, and then Sadie was the sister of a girl with being treated for cancer at the hospital, and so that's how Sam and Sadie met, was actually in like the game room playing a video game in the children's hospital. Years later, they reconnect. They run into each other in the subway in New York, and she gives him the floppy disk of this game that she just created. Made. And he plays it and he thinks it's brilliant and he wants to like catch up, and he has like these great ideas of like, we should make a game together. And that ends up happening. And so where I've been the last bulk of many pages, words aren't coming to me right, has been them creating that game. And so we're alternating between, every now and then we're going back in the past and seeing them like as kids, kind of like the origin story, but then also we're just alternating between Sadie's perspective and Sam's perspective as they're creating this game together. So they're at the point now that they had just created this game with the help of Sam's college roommate, and who's like place they're like staying at, and he's been somewhat involved, almost more in like a caretaker of Sam kind of role. And then so Sam kind of has this other character in his life, and then Sadie has this former professor. He was her college professor and like lover, like she was the mistress, and he becomes somewhat involved as well in the creation of this game. And that's kind of where we are right now. So the game has not yet been released to the world. They're kind of getting it ready for that point. Sam and Sadie are very close friends. There's not been any sort of romantic interaction between them up to this point. And I'm wondering if there's going to be, or I actually don't know, is this actually a romance, or is it just friendship? Will there be some romantic entanglement, but we end up as friends? I have no idea, but I'm enjoying where we're going. Dungeon Crawler Carl, I just listen to kind of intermittently in the car while I'm washing dishes, folding laundry, that kind of stuff. And it's just a wild romp. If you, this can be like a niche. If you're watching me, hearing the words I'm saying right now, if you have read Dungeon Crawler Carl, and if you watch Lauren from Lauren in the Books, I think Daphne is a perfect example of Princess Donut. We have my sister-in-law has a cat named Cece, who we now call Princess Donut, who is just she's a cat. In the book, she's Carl's ex's cat, and because the cat goes outside, like she's not supposed to, the cat goes outside, it's freezing temperatures, he goes to follow her because the stupid cat's gonna freeze to death, and he's just wearing like boxers and no shoes, and that's why they're outside when this like event happens where everyone who's inside on Earth like perishes, and it's only the people who are outside survive and are then like sucked into this like alien survival game. And so in a sense, Carl owes his being alive to Princess Donut, and they've become great partners. But she is a sassy little thing, and definitely a princess. So she's Princess Donut. Like, I feel like Princess Donut is worth the price of admission, just for her character. And we've been listening on audio, And I think it's a great way to go. I'm sure it would be great physically as well. I'm sure it'd be a great page turner, but it's just really the narrator. Sorry, I don't know who the narrator is, but he's fantastic and makes it great. So, you know, my mom is coming, so I'm going to sign off right here, and hopefully I'll have more actual bookish news to give you. Stevie. Hey, Bubba. It's my birthday. It's Saturday, November 29th, around, I think maybe like around 8 o'clock or so. Benji's in the bathroom. I'm up reading Demon Copperhead. Anyhow, it's my birthday. It's birthday's giving today. So our family Thanksgiving is taking place today. I'm cooking the turkey. My sister lives just 5 houses down the street. So she took care of most everything else that she's doing yesterday. So really, we're just cooking the turkey today. So we're up earlier than I would like to, but got up to get I brine the turkey. So I've been the turkey maven for many years now because I make a good turkey. So once you make a good turkey good once, you are the turkey person. And it's all Martha Stewart. So Martha Stewart brine, Martha Stewart cooking method, which includes involves a cheesecloth, and it's just don't fix what ain't broke, right? But the brine method, it's worth it, but it's definitely, you know, a lot more work. So we just pulled that out, so it's out kind of like drying and getting the chill off of it before I get it prepped and ready to actually go in the oven. Be about 4 hours of cooking time once we get it in the oven. And so the plan is I would love to have it in the oven like 9:15. Should be done around 1:15 or so, and then we're hoping to eat at 2. So that's basically what's going to be. I think I would like to try to read a good bit today. I think tomorrow too we're going to have a chill day and kind of do our own thing near each other when I want to read. So Demon Copperhead tomorrow, and I just pulled, can you see it up there? That is Oliver Twist. I probably won't start it like right away, but just something about like December around Christmas time, I just kind of get like a hankering for Dickens. And then I'm reading Demon Copperhead. I don't have David Copperfield, otherwise that would be a great pairing, wouldn't it? But I don't have it. I have back there, I have that light blue one, that's Bleak House. I've already read Great Expectations, which I think is the one next to it. And the one of the orange ones over there is the Pickwick Papers. I think that's all I have of Dickens. I have A Christmas Carol somewhere too. Anyhow, I'm not gonna start that right away. I just happened to pull that because I was thinking about it. And yeah, I'm gonna read and Turkey Day, and I just finished my breakfast pumpkin pie. Someone who I'm sure was trying to be helpful, thought they were doing the right thing, put the effing butter in the refrigerator. I'm not baking a pie. I need room temperature softened butter. And now I have to do it in the microwave, which is not how I want to do it. Of course, someone was trying to be helpful, so I can't be mad, but someone often tries to be helpful, and they're not, because they don't know what's in my mind. Turkey is out. Doesn't it look beautiful? It's in the little rack. I pulled it out of here so I could put those contents in the fridge for a few minutes so I can get some of the fat off. So I'm just waiting to make the gravy and then carve this beauty.
I'll be like, what do we do? I don't know, but I'm gonna take him right now. So brings him home, and all right, we're gonna have to take him back to we're taking 2 pounds. Yeah. The next day, but it was the weekend. I think it was the weekend. I don't know.
It's Monday, November 1st. I'm only working on Wednesday and Friday this week. I have applications out to actually like some local grocery stores, including the one in the shopping center and across the street behind me. Because I'm waiting for my phlebotomy license to come through so I can apply to those jobs. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of taking what I can get. So I don't have anywhere to be today, so it's a dangerous thing for me because it means that could be a wildly productive day, or I could sleep until 10. Oh wait, I already did that. Like, that's not me. I've been doing that lately, and it feels really weird because I'm not like trying to. It's just like, oh, it's cozy. I'm gonna roll over, and then it's 10 o'clock all of a sudden. So anyhow, out of the house. That's the most important thing. I'm at Pizza Coffee, or I'm sitting in front of Pizza Coffee about to go in because I get a free birthday drink. So, and I have rewards. So I have rewards for a $5 off, like anything, and then a free rewards drink. And I normally just get regular coffee with oat milk, and then I put in some honey. Or here, they don't have stevia here, so I use honey here. If I'm at Starbucks, I'll use stevia. But the honey is a nice like change of pace. But anyway, so I'm actually gonna get like some sort of like coffee drink, which I don't normally get, and a breakfast sandwich. They have a chicken and waffle breakfast sandwich. It's so good. Like the bread, the bun are like 2 little waffles. Oh, it's good. And then I have tomorrow, and Demon Copperhead. Loving both so much. The thing with, so I'm much further into tomorrow. Let's see where I am. I'm over halfway now. So, yeah, I read a good bit. Read a good bit yesterday. We were just kind of hanging out around the house quite a bit. My niece came over for a bit. Benji and I played some video games. Yeah, it was a nice day of basically doing nothing after Saturday. Just cooking all day, being with people all day, and everything. So that was good. But anyway, the relationship in tomorrow. I'm so invested, and it's so like, I feel it like viscerally. So at this point, they're successful video game creators. They have a video game production company, whatever you want to call it, Unfair Games, where they produce their video games under. So Ichigo was their first one, wild success. Ichigo 2, I think it actually sold more, but just kind of artistically, that was known that, yeah, it wasn't as good, and they kind of felt a little bit sell-outy about it. But their Sadie and Sam's relationship is very like, I want it to be more than it is, and it could be more than it is, because they just have their own issues. Especially Sam has a lot of just kind of like emotional issues and needing to be guarded, and they don't talk to each other when they should, and so they will let things just like not be as great as they could be for long periods of time, and then they're just so hyper focused on their work. There was a point for, I think, yeah, when the first game came out, Sam was going around the world, promoting the game for like 2 years. And I'm sure that wasn't like straight, but while Sadie was back making the sequel, and it was kind of based on like, he's really good at it. He was really like charming, and people liked him, and he, was good on TV and all that, and she wasn't. And so they were kind of doing what they had decided that they were going to do, and it wasn't like one job is more important than the other or anything, but there's still feelings that happen there, and like who takes credit and or fault when things don't go as well. And now they've gone, they're back to LA. They'd been living in I think it was actually Boston as adults for the whole beginning of the story, and now they're back to LA, which is where they're from. And continuing on, basically, they just made this beautifully artistic game that was basically like Sam took half and Sadie took half, and it's kind of flopped. But by critics, like, it's amazing, but just sales wise, it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. But there is this kind of pivot that they're able to make and continue on. And now they have other gamers working for them, where they have this other success that's going great. What I'm trying to say is they have this complicated relationship that is not purely based on their friendship, because they have such a successful professional career together. But they're also best friends who will hardly talk to each other for months and even years at a time. But also, isn't that the thing sometimes about a best friend, is you can like be so disconnected from them from a long time and nothing's actually wrong, and you get back together and it's like you're just like no time passed at all. So I don't know what I'm trying to say about this book other than that I'm loving it. I am very invested in it, and I just want everybody to just like hug and be best friends all the time and have open like emotional connection with each other. So I'm gonna go read in Pete's with my free stuff. My gosh, this book, you guys, tomorrow. This has become the #1 thing. Like, I'm gonna finish this before I get back to Demon Copperhead because I'm like 55-60 pages or so away from finishing this, and it is so freaking good. Like, I'm having moments where I'm reading the book, I'm totally into the story, and the story being so good pulls me out of the story because I'm just like, whoa, like, it's so like, you know, stopping to underline. I just texted my husband like, oh my gosh, like, you are gonna love this book. I haven't had an experience like this since James by Percival Everett that like blow you away with how good the book is. I'm just so invested. I have not felt this invested in characters, and I could not tell you how long. Like, I've known for a while, but like, this is like solidly, like, this would have to really, really crash and burn to not be a 5-star book. So yeah, I'm just resenting the fact that I have to do anything other than just finish this book today. Okay, and update on what is going on today. So our dogs have fleas. So Stevie's next to me right now, kind of getting after that. So totally grosses me out. He's never had fleas before. Apparently this is a really bad year for it. Our other dog has them. So we had tried just like the Dawn bath and everything, and that didn't work. So the trouble is, he has seizures. They're well controlled now. It took a while to get to that point, but we're like 99% sure they came on as a side effect from a flea and tick medication, that the preventative topical stuff. Because as the vet said, he was too old. He was too young for it to be epilepsy. He was too old for it to be something neurological. And so he thinks it was the side effect, and he had just had that stuff like within a week of his first seizure. So yeah, it totally tracks there, but that means that it's really not safe to give him any sort of preventative, the oral medication, the shot, even flea and tick, like shampoos contain an ingredient or ingredients that could be triggering, for him. So, anyway, all that to say, pest control guy is coming today, which is going to be a logistical challenge, because we have to be gone. He's coming in a window from 2 to 5, and we have to be out of the house for 4 hours. And then before he comes, we have to just vacuum the crap out of as much as we can. The couch, obviously the floors, laundering any, blankets, stuff like that that's lying around, anything that, could possibly be in contact. And then he's going to the vet, not to the vet. He's going to the groomer first thing tomorrow. And we've been instructed basically they can only use Dawn soap, as Dawn soap is the only truly safe thing for a dog who already has seizures. So it's about 7:45. I have to leave for work in about half an hour. So I just need to really eat, brush my teeth, and put on my shoes. But yeah, I'm just resenting the fact that I can't just sit here and finish this straight through right now. But yeah, that is all. And yeah, I have no idea what is going to end up happening tonight. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get some reading done. It might literally just be like in my car, with him sitting there next to me. So probably check in with you once I'm done with tomorrow. It just finished. It's dark out. It's 6:36. I'll be going home. We're actually in the parking lot of the local park. And I don't know if I told you this earlier, we had to be out of the house because we have fleas. Stevie's in the back seat. He's ready to go home. and they had to come inside and spray and everything, so we had to be out of the house for like 4 hours. So perfect timing. Went out to eat with my mom and everything, and then literally just sitting here in the park. And I just finished the book, and oh man, like I have so much yearning is the word for it. Yearning. Yeah. Just yeah. I just love this book. I just love this book, and I love these characters, even though these characters drove me crazy in certain respects. They drove me crazy. But it was because I cared so much for these characters. And I can't really give you, obviously I can't tell you like the ending or anything like that. I would say that I'm more than satisfied with the ending, even though it's not a tie it up in a bow, happily ever after ending. Yeah, I feel like we got to a good place, and I'm happy with that, and it ended with hope and meaning. So yeah, oh my gosh, I just love it.